Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because we are going to be playing with the new Colourpop and Animal Crossing collection. I got this collection in the mail yesterday and I am so excited to play with it. I don't actually have Animal Crossing. I am not really a video games person, but I did download the free Animal Crossing Pocket Camp app for your phone. I downloaded that so that I could play it a little bit before I got the collection because I knew I was getting it in PR. So I wanted to be at least a little bit familiar with the game, so I didn't completely go into this blind. So I have been playing the game a little bit and I do really like it. I think it's fun. At first I was like, oh, this is so boring, but I kind of dig it. I could definitely understand why people love it so much for sure. So I got the collection in the mail. I've barely opened it and we can do a quick little unboxing maybe, and then I'm gonna do some swatches, maybe a little product demo, and yeah, let's get into it. So this is the PR box. I opened it a little bit. I said I haven't touched it, but I did use this little guy. This is the Nook ink palette. I used it in a look yesterday I was creating for Instagram and I was like, I'm just gonna dip into this. So it comes with little stickers. That's so cute. I love it. It's adorable. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I don't know if I'll even stick them anywhere, but I'm gonna keep them because, well, maybe I'll give them away. Okay, so first, since I showed you the eyeshadow palettes, I will get into those first. So you can order the eyeshadow palette separately, but I got the True Friends Pressed Powder palette set, I guess it is. Comes in this cute little box with all of the characters on it. Oh, so cute. And then you have the palettes in here. So you can take them out like this. So this is the first palette that I've already showed you. It's Nook ink and it's based off of Timmy and Tommy Nook. So cute. Then we have the little pink palette, which is based off of Isabel. Very cute. She is the island, coordinator? Is that what it is? Assistant? Island? Let me look. Island assistant. She's the island assistant. So cute. I really like this one. It's such a cute color story. I love the little pop of yellowy gold. Then we have the neutral palette, which is What a Hoot. It's based off of the characters, what are they named? Blathers and Celeste. I don't think I've ran into these characters yet. As I mentioned, I just kind of started playing the game, so yeah, I haven't run into these two yet, I don't think. Not enough to become familiar with them anyway, but it's the neutral toned palette. And then we have the La Belle of the Ball palette, which is so cute. It's based off of the Able sisters and it's the more purple toned one. So then we have a Super Shock shadow. This is called Balloon Pop and it's a little gift. So I'm really sad because mine actually arrived broken. If you have any tips for repressing Super Shocks, I don't know if I can press it with rubbing alcohol because it's such a unique bouncy formula. I usually do this with powder shadows. As you can see, it's pretty mangled. So, and I'm kind of sad because this is what I was the most excited for, but it's okay. Then we have a Glitterily Obsessed. This is in the shade Billionaire. Very cute name, super punny, and it just looks like this. It's just a true gold. So this is what it looks like up close. Very pretty and very sparkly. And then we have two blushes. We have Flower Power and Flower Tender. So Flower Power is it's more lavender actually. I thought it was more of a bright pink, but it has definitely a purpley undertone to it. And then Flower Tender is just a bright peach, nothing too exciting. Still pretty though. I wish they did a really bright orange for this blush. It's a blush, not a brush. I think just to match this little design here, a bright orange would be super pretty, and then they could, use it on a variety of skin tones. I know this collection was pretty scrutinized for not being inclusive enough. A lot of people of color voiced their opinions on that. Colourpop addressed their criticisms the other day, which is kind of nice. So I guess they're working to be more inclusive. I don't really know what's going on over there, but I will admit their last few collections have been very pastel and appearing to be geared towards more lighter skin tones, which is problematic. I'm not sure what the best course of action would be to go about this as a white creator. I think the first step is to talk about it on my channel like I am right now, and maybe getting some feedback and, having these discussions is an important first step. So yeah, if you have any suggestions as to how to, address these kind of situations, because as a white creator, I don't want to take away the voices of what creators of color are saying, but at the same time I just don't want to sit back and be silent either. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do some research and kind of determine what the best course of action is going forward, because at this point I'm just not really sure. Anyway, on a bit of a lighter note, that was kind of heavy. We have the Just a Tint mini lip duos, which are based on the fruits that you can collect. And I think that's it. That's the entire collection. I know this launched a few days ago. I'm pretty sure it sold out, but I think it didn't go as quickly as I was expecting, honestly. Like, I went on the site like half an hour after it launched and there was still quite a bit available, so I was surprised about that. I think they really anticipated this being a big launch, so they made a lot of stock. And I'm sure they will be restocking, so that's kind of why I wanted to like do this video. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I think I will get into the swatches now, and yeah, I guess that's it. So first, before I get into like the arm swatches, I want to quickly swatch these on my lips. These are the mini lip duos. I hope they smell the same as their corresponding fruit. That would be really cool. I think they should, because I watched That Girl Shay XO's video and she said that they actually don't smell like the traditional grapefruit Just a Tint smell. It's like grapefruit lychee, I don't know how to pronounce that. So apparently these do smell different. I hope each individual lip tint smells different, because that would be such a nice touch. And honestly, I'll be disappointed if that's not the case. Okay, so the first duo we have here is Pick of the Bunch, and it comes with Coconut Juice and Incomparable. So I'll start with Incomparable, and let's do the sniff test. This is the big reveal. That smells pretty similar to the original to me. Let's smell the other one, because coconut is very different. Yeah, it is different. It's slight, but it is definitely different. Ooh, that's a fun touch. I love that. Yeah, this definitely has like a pear undertone, but it's still kind of sweet like the original scent. So let's see what these look like. I love that they're minis, because honestly, I will never go through a full lip crayon like this. That's very pretty. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, I'm gonna peel this off. Hopefully this is satisfying. Are you ready? Ooh, that was kind of satisfying. So this is the shade Incomparable. It's very pretty. It's described as a warm yellow peach. I love the scent on that one. I like pear scented things. Okay, so the next one is Coconut Juice. Ooh, oh, that's a really pretty one. Wow, I love that shade. That's actually really pretty. So Coconut Juice is described as a warm chocolate. I really like that color. I think it's really pretty. It looks a little bold because I don't have any of my other face products on, but I still feel like that's really pretty. Next up, we have the shade Fruit Roots, and this comes with Peach Surprise and Orange Cutie. So first is the shade Peach Surprise. Yeah, this definitely has more of a, I think it's more of a peach. So that is the shade Peach Surprise, and it is described as a nude peach. I'm just gonna swatch them on my hand in comparison to the pear one, because they do seem like they'd be kind of similar if you're only looking to get one set or something. So yeah, they are pretty similar. This is Peach Surprise and this is, no, wait. Yes, okay. So this is Peach Surprise and this is the shade Incomparable. This one just has a brighter peach undertone. This one is a little more brown and a little more muted, but I feel like they are pretty similar, especially when on the lips. So if you're trying to like pick between the two, maybe go based off of what other color you like better, the Coconut Juice or what's the other one? Orange Cutie. So next up we have the shade Orange Cutie. There we go. Oh yeah, this one has a very distinct orange scent. That's a really pretty color. I'm gonna swatch it next to Peach Surprise and the Incomparable shade again, just because I feel like they are a little bit similar, but not really. As you can see, this is the Orange Cutie shade and it has a lot more red in it. This shade is actually described as a red and orange, so they definitely are a little bit different. And finally, we have the duo Fruit Basket, which has the shades Juicy Apple and Cherry Cherry. Okay, so first this is the shade Cherry Cherry. Very distinct cherry scent. I love how all of them are scented different. I feel like that's such a nice touch. So the shade Cherry Cherry, it just looks like a bright pinky red. Oh, I love cherry scent. If you don't like strong cherry scent, you probably won't like this. It definitely is noticeable. So yeah, this one is like a sheer bright pinky red. Very pretty. I think I'll get a lot of use out of all of these. I'm really excited. They're all super nice shades, I feel. They all look pretty good. I'm excited. And I really like sheer lip colors. That's kind of my shtick. Lately, anyway, I used to be really into the liquid lips, but this is just so much more comfortable. And finally, the last shade is Juicy Apple. This one's more of like a deep magenta. This one smells like green apple. Ooh, I really like this one. Oh, it goes on a lot lighter than it appears in the tube, which I guess because it's sheer, that makes sense. That's a really pretty pink. I feel like this would be really pretty for spring. Not what I would expect from the shade Juicy Apple. However, I'm not complaining. I really like it. Hi, Debbie. Hi. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Yes? Oh, wow. You're going to grace everyone with your presence? Everyone say hi to Debbie. Oh, she's not happy with me. She hates being lifted up. I love you though. Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you later. So yeah, those are all of the lip swatches, and now we can get into some of the eye swatches. No, not eye swatches, arm swatches of the eye products. Okay, so first I thought we would start off with swatching the powder blushes, just because these are matte and the eyeshadows have shimmer and glitter, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to get those off my arm once I put them on. Okay, so this is the first shade, Flower Power. It is described as a pinky lilac with silver pinpoints. I personally like these tones, but I can see how it could be hard to wear for some people, so yeah. Especially if you have a warmer undertone, this might be a little bit tricky. And the second blush is the shade Flower Tender. It is described as a vibrant coral with gold pinpoints. Keep in mind, this is a really built up swatch. I found Flower Tender very sheer and difficult to build up, so this is like 3 or 4 passes of a swatch. If you like sheer blushes, you might like this. If you don't like sheer blushes, I would pass on this one. Okay, so for the eye products, I thought I would first start with the purple palette, which is called La Belle of the Ball. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and I will get to swatching. So the first shade is called Able Sisters, and it is described as a pastel lavender with multi-dimensional glitter. It is a pressed glitter formula. Next up is the shade Taylor's Ticket, and it is described as a matte sparkle eggplant with teal duochrome flip. I feel like that's not right. That's what Colourpop describes it at, but I think they may have gotten it mixed up. Yeah, that can't be right. So I think they have it switched on the website. So Taylor's Ticket, the way I see it, is a metallic pastel lilac with silver pearl. It is a sequin formula. Next up, we have the shade Custom Design, and I think this is the shade they were trying to describe. A sparkle eggplant with teal duochrome flip. I was like, eggplant, teal duochrome? That's not how you would describe that. So I think that's supposed to be this color. And finally, we have the shade Serene Stable, which is a matte mid-tone plum. So out of this palette, half the shades are not intended for use in the immediate eye area. Those 2 shades are Able Sisters because it is a pressed glitter, and the shade Serene Stable because probably of the dyes, this will probably stain. So yeah, that is the La Belle of the Ball eyeshadow quad. Next up, we have the What a Hoot palette, and at the time of filming this is actually still available. I think this is the only product remaining from the collection. So the first shade out of the quad is Meteor Shower, and it is described as an opalescent gold glitter. Very beautiful. Has a little bit of bronze in there too. Next up, we have the shade Celestial. It is a sequin formula, and it is described as a matte sparkle neutral peach with hot pink pinpoints. I'll be honest, I can't really see the hot pink pinpoints. I'm sure once you apply them, they will blend away fairly easily. So for that reason, I would probably use this shade as a matte. Next up, we have the shade All Aflutter, which is described as a metallic true copper with gold pinpoints. And finally, we have the shade Who, which is described as a matte warm red brown. So out of this quad, this first shade here called Meteor Shower is not approved for use in the immediate eye area because it is a pressed glitter. The next quad we have is 5 Star Island, and it is Isabel's palette. So the first shade we have here is called Isabel, and it is described as a metallic pastel yellow. That's so pretty. I really like this color. I feel like it's kind of unique as well. Next up, we have the shade Island Tune, which is described as a matte peachy pink. This one is very bright and kind of almost a little bit neon, and I really love it. I think that's so beautiful. Next up, we have the shade Island Designer, which is described as a true pink with multi-dimensional glitters. It is a pressed glitter formula. And finally, we have the shade Resident Rep, which is described as a matte sparkle mid-tone rose with gold and hot pink pearl. It is a sequin formula. I'm not sure if the pinpoints will will pick up on camera. Hopefully they do, but they definitely are there in this shade. And yeah, that is the 5-Star Island quad. Also, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you which ones are not safe for the immediate eye area. It is this shade called Island Tune and this shade called Island Designer. And finally, we have the Nook Ink quad. So the first shade we have here is called Yes, Yes, and it is described as a metallic vibrant mint. Next up, we have the shade Made in the Shade, which is described as a matte sparkle sage mint with silver pinpoints. I used actually all of the shades in this palette yesterday, and I will let you know that the silver pinpoints in this shade blend away, and I used it as a matte shadow with no problem. Next, we have the shade CEO, which is described as a pastel mint with multi-dimensional glitters. It is a pressed glitter formula. And finally, we have the shade Water Landing, which is described as a matte deep teal. This one performed really beautifully when I used it yesterday. And that is the Nook Ink quad. Out of this quad, the only shade that is not approved for use in the immediate eye area is the Pressed Glitter CEO. Okay, so this is the Super Shock shadow that comes with the collection. It's called Balloon Pop, and it is described as an icy peachy pink with hot pink and icy silver pinpoints. It is a ultra glitter formula. And finally, we have the Glitterly Obsessed, and it is described as a warm true gold with copper sparkle. Okay, so now that we have done the eye swatches, I want to do a quick little eye look, and I think for that I'm going to use mostly the 5-Star Island quad, just because, I don't know, I really like this color story and I think it's pretty unique. I don't see it a ton, so this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so first I'm going to go into the shade Island Tune, which is a matte. It's not approved for use in the immediate eye area because it does stain. Apparently staining is just not acceptable by the FDA. So I'm just gonna load this up on a Colourpop brush. This one's already stained, so I feel okay using it with this color. And I'm just gonna take this into the crease. I'll probably blend it upwards. I don't want to do like a crazy look. I want to do something pretty simple. I feel like I haven't set my eyelids with powder in so long. So I like forget how to use eyeshadow on top of a set base. Just like that. And then I'm actually going to dip into the LaBelle Sisters quad, or Able Sisters, sorry, LaBelle of the Ball. I'm going to dip into this purple shade here. I want something matte, and the deepest shade in the 5-Star Island palette is just, it's not matte. Just going to apply this to the outer corner, just to add like a little bit of depth. I don't know how this color combo is gonna go, but we'll see. I don't want anything like crazy deep, so I'm just applying a little bit. Just like that, I just applied a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back in with that brush and just kind of buff it out. Oh, well that just took off all the product. That's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna try and build it up again. I guess just like that, and I'll just leave it at that. And then I'm gonna go into the yellow shade Isabel. I'm just gonna use it on my finger, I think. I might try and use it damp. I don't know how this is gonna turn out when I do that, but actually let's try with the brush first. Yeah, it's still kind of sheer. I really want that more intense color payoff. Oh no, now it's getting chunky. Ugh. I don't like these formulas. What's going on? Might have been my mistake for applying it wet. I'm kind of disappointed in that look. I thought it was going to be a lot more fun than it is. I thought that yellow was going to be more vibrant. It really sheared out quite a bit. I'm going to try one more time to add a little bit more of that purple. I'm really disappointed in that. Maybe it's because I set my base. I don't know. What the hell? I was so looking forward to playing with these because they're just so cute, and it just turned into a muddy mess. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, that was a fail of a look. Okay, so I finished off the eyes. I just added some eyeliner, some lashes, and I did my bronzer. I didn't do a very good job on my bronzer, honestly. I feel like at this point I just don't even care anymore. I just really don't like my eye look. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the blushes. I think the blush I want to use today is the peachy one. Ooh, almost dropped something. Wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't drop something. Oh shit. It's pigmented. I thought when I swatched it with my finger it was really sheer, so I grabbed a lot on my brush. Oh boy. Well, there you have it, folks. It's not a sheer blush after all. This look is just not a good one. I've definitely had better days when it comes to makeup application. I'm gonna add a little more towards the back, kind of like a blush draping kind of technique. And I'm just gonna go back in with my foundation brush and just kind of go back over that and try and make it a little more subtle. Well, I'm happy that that blush was a little more pigmented than I thought. Even though I didn't apply it nicely, it's nice to know that, like, I don't know, it's pretty user friendly. You just have to use it sparingly. I'm just gonna add some of my 4-3 Beauty Glisten Up spray. What shade do I want to use? Ooh, I think for lips, I'm gonna go in with the shade Peach Surprise. There, that's the finished look. I don't like it still. So I don't know how I feel about the palettes. The one I used yesterday, Nook Ink, did apply very nicely. That being said, I did use all of the shades on a wet base. So I just wanted to zoom you out for this last little review portion, first impressions kind of thing. So yeah, the shades that I did use on my eyes today were pretty disappointing. I was so looking forward to the yellow in the 5-Star Island quad. I think that it's so pretty in the pan and it just didn't apply like I wanted to, and I couldn't really make it work super easily for me. But yeah, I did apply these shades on a wet base and they worked really well. So if you're struggling to try to make these work for you, maybe try that. That being said, I only did try it with this palette, so maybe I'll try that with the others. I just think with how hyped up this collection was, you would think that they would make it more user-friendly, because obviously it's not just artists that are buying this collection. It's a lot of Animal Crossing fans that are buying this collection that may not be super into makeup, so you think that they would make the formulas as easy as possible to work with. But I am going to play with them some more so I can develop more of a concrete opinion. And yeah. The blush that I used was really nice. I really liked it. Surprisingly, I thought it was gonna be super sheer and unpigmented and I was gonna have to like scrape product out to get it to apply. It didn't swatch well, that's why I thought that, but it applied very nicely on the cheeks. I did enjoy it. It's a nice blush. But yeah, I'm assuming the other shade will perform the same way. The Super Shock shadow is super beautiful. I just wish mine didn't come broken, because this would be a standout product for me if it hadn't. The real standout products for me were the lips. I think the fact that they're scented to their each individual assigned fruit is super cute. The fruit on the lid is different for each one, so it's kind of easy to like pick out which one you want. I don't know, I just really like these. I think these are honestly the standout product of the bunch, and maybe that's because I'm super into scented lip products. I just love the fact that each individual one is scented, and I think they're really pretty and they're really flattering because they're so sheer and they have that kind of shine to them. They're super easy to apply, super easy to wear. Like I can throw this in my purse and it would be super easy to reapply on the go, and I think that's more of the direction they should have taken with the palettes. I don't know if that makes sense. Just like really user friendly, because I feel like, again, a lot of the consumer base for this collection are people that don't necessarily always wear a ton of makeup. Like they're not makeup artists buying this collection, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like the ease of use with these, the colors and the scents and the packaging, like I feel like this is a 10 out of 10 product. Same with the Super Shock shadow, would definitely recommend this. Hopefully yours doesn't come broken though. The blushes were nice. It's just the eyeshadows. That's the only thing. Colourpop's eyeshadow formula has been a little hit and miss for me lately. I just feel like some of their launches, especially ones with brighter colors in them, have been kind of duds. I don't love how they apply. You can get them to apply nicely. It just honestly takes way too much work to get them there. So I hope you guys found this review helpful or entertaining or whatever. Let me know if you picked up anything from the collection. I would love to know what you got. And yeah, I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below if you liked this video. If you don't want to subscribe, that's completely fine. I just really appreciate you watching. It really helps out my channel, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!